Marry My Husband Episode 5 starts with a flashback to 2005. Yoo Ji-hyuk is celebrating with his friends when he bumps into a drunk Ji-won. She's recently lost her father and broken up with her boyfriend. Totally wasted, Ji-won goes so far as to bite Ji-hyuk, since he's covered in alcohol. Ji-hyuk sits by her on the grass and Ji-won laments about how she has no one. Ji-hyuk sympathizes with her situation, revealing that his mother died too. His father remarried but then passed away as well. They end up sleeping in the park, and when Ji-hyuk wakes in the morning, she's gone. Later, Ji-hyuk sees Ji-won talking to a cat and realizes she's an upperclassman at his college. He watches her feeding the cat several times, and when winter arrives, he builds it a small shelter. Ji-hyuk muses that he had several chances to be with Ji-won, but didn't take them. But after waking up in 2013, he has a chance again. At present, Ji-hyuk comes to work wearing a fashionable suit and bearing a sleeker hairstyle. He tells Ji-won that he does feel good after dressing better. Min-won pulls her aside and tells her Ji-hyuk is interested in her, but Ji-won placates him. In his office, Ji-hyuk gets a call from his grandfather's secretary, inquiring about his Roy-Gentle stocks. His grandfather finds his behavior strange and tells the secretary to look into it. Meanwhile, Ji-won, Yoo-ran and Hui-yeon are chatting about the meal kit idea when Soo-min enters and forces herself into the conversation. Manager Jaeon-uk enters and orders Ji-won to move his car to a different parking spot. When Ji-won returns, Soo-min is waiting by the elevator to prove to Ji-won that she is her only friend. Soo-min asks about being involved in the meal kit proposal again. Before Ji-won can say anything, manager Jaeon-uk calls her. He says he's going to take credit for the meal kit proposal and remove Ji-won's name from it. Just as she's wondering if the proposal was always fated to be Soo-min's, Ji-hyuk turns up and asks Ji-won to have dinner with him, but she says she already has plans. Her plans involve meeting Eun-ho at his restaurant. Meanwhile, Min-won can't get through to Ji-won and ends up calling Soo-min. Soo-min coyly reveals that Ji-won's mother left her father for another man, planting the idea that Ji-won is cheating on Min-won too. At dinner, Eun-ho shows Ji-won the letter she supposedly wrote him. It's a harsh letter and Ji-won realizes Soo-min can copy her handwriting. Later on, she admits to Eun-ho that she has a boyfriend and Eun-ho mistakes it to be Ji-hyuk. He describes the interaction with him, which leaves Ji-won confused. Having seen Ji-won with Eun-ho, Ji-hyuk tries to call her. But she switched off her phone in order to avoid Min-won. Ji-won buys medicine for a stomach ache, but somebody begins to follow her on the way home and she starts running. It turns out to be Min-won, who notices her makeup and makes a derogatory remark about her being unfaithful like her mother. When he gets violent, Ji-hyuk turns up to stop him in time, but nearly takes it too far himself. Ji-won tells Ji-hyuk to stop and Min-won runs away. Ji-hyuk then admits that he was worried about Ji-won being hurt by Min-won. Ji-won assumes Ji-hyuk is cheating on Hui-yeon by having feelings for her. He clarifies that Hui-yeon is his sister but confirms that he does like Ji-won. Afterwards, he takes her home but suddenly collapses right outside her door at the end of Marry My Husband Episode 5. The episode review. Marry My Husband Episode 5 is a tad slow and the storytelling is more winding than it needs to be. The previous episodes had a good balance of all the themes, the past with the present, the humor with the emotion. The story proceeded in an engaging way, with a steady trajectory that kept viewers glued. The straying direction of Episode 5 risks losing some of the audience's attention. At this point, all of the characters and their motivations are established. Ji-won has a solid backstory that would have anyone rooting for her. But as the episodes go on, the story will need to find new ways of making her revenge interesting. So far, the K-drama keeps bringing new information to light to show the extent of Soo-min's manipulation of Ji-won. The bit about the copied handwriting, for example, is interesting and bound to be relevant later. Hopefully, the story will keep adding fresh details and incidents to keep the drama engaging.